Once again, you are highly welcome to my YouTube tutorial once again. And in today's video, we'll be analyzing what we call a regional sales analysis report. As you can see, this is a regional analysis sales report that we are going to be analyzing. We have the country, and also we have our footer as the date that we have here. So we can decide to use either of these or these. So we have several measures. We have our internet sales measure, and then we have our reseller sales measures as well. Then we have the normal sales, which is the total cost, gross profit, profit by percentage of profit, gross profit. So we have our sales by countries, then we have our sales by category, we have our gross profit per year, as well as we have what we call our total sales per previous year, total sales and gross profit by year. As you can see, first of all, let's see what we have in Australia. You can see we are having, you can see in Australia, this is what we are having. You're having of total sale of this. We are having total CY. We are having our total reseller. So then we are having our total cost. We are having our total cost IS, which is what we call our. Let me look for the name again. We have two tables. We have reseller and we have internet sales. So our total internet sales, we have gross profit, we have margin, internet sales, then we have margin reseller, then we have our percentage of gross profit, then we have percentage of gross profit, internet sales, then we have percentage of margin reseller. So these are the things we are going to do. We can see what we are having for each country. And when we go to Canada as well, you can see what we have. The information in Canada, you can see 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can see what we actually have. Then we move down to probably Germany. There you can see what we are having in Germany. Then from there we can select each. Here probably we'll just go down to everything is in 2005. So we can decide to say, okay, we want to see probably from 2007 February. You see what we are having, no data. That is why it's giving us blank. All those ones that you are seeing, it means there is no data in it. So when we actually move back to the earlier age here and see, still we have no data for that. We have actually no data for that as well, which I'm going to correct about that. So you can see this is how the things that we are actually having and we are going to be working on. So let me remove this from Germany, and we are going to start our analysis as first. Then you can see also we have sales by country. So when we press Germany again, you can see what we're having in each country. You can see what we're having. Germany, you can see it's giving us Germany price alone. Every other country we have them, but until you over it, when you don't over it, you don't get the price. But in Germany, look at what we are getting. We're getting a total sales of 5 million. Then when you come to this, so you can see we're having total sales approximately. And let's go to United States. You can see we have United States. It's giving us for United States alone. You can see what we actually have. So this is what we are going to be building, and we are going to be starting this from the scratch. So we are going to be using the same we're going to be using this background. So first of all, I'm going to let me remove this and let everything go back to normal. I go to our format. No, I'm not formatting this, so let me take out of this. Then we go to our background, because I would still like to have this background as well. So I'm going to color, then I'm going to copy this, which is going to be top 6. So I'm going to copy this. Then we're having triple, we're having 6. So there we go. I'm going to close this back. Then I'm coming back to the Power BI that I've opened. So I'm going to provide this as your data set. So a copy like this is going to be given to you as your data set, so you don't have to bother doing uploading it, because this data is from SQL Server, so we uploaded it to here to you. So I'm going back to this, then I'm going to background, then going to the color, then come to this, then going to remove the FF, then I'm going to paste this. So that is all I have to do for now. Then the next thing is we started to create our mail. We have a lot of mail to create, so we're going to be making them one after the other until we are able to finish them as soon as we could do that. So we're going to click here and create for our mail. Let's wait for it to open. Name this as our mail. So we have our mail table. Then we're just then we're waiting for it to load. So after that, then we begin to analyze and we'll begin to create our mail. Then we are going to be creating it one after the other. So that's the first thing we are going to be doing. Then already we have it opened. Then we go to our mail. Then we click this. Then we're going to create a new mail. And we are going to have it here. I can easily put it out for you to see. Let me zoom it out. So this is then the first thing that we are going to be creating. We are going to be creating what we call our total cost. Probably we start from the total cost for the sum of, we are going to be using the total quantity for reseller, then total quantity for internet sales. So these are the things that we are going to be creating one after the other until we are able to achieve everything we want to achieve. So the first one we are going to start with total quantity reseller. So total quantity for the seller, so we're going to use seller. So we're having our what we call total. I'm going to have what we call total quantity. Let me put this one in capital letter. Total quantity. So I'm going to have the total quantity, then I'm going to put what it is. So total quantity, we start from the internet sale, which is IS, and that is our internet sales table. Then we are going to have what we call in between. Then we're going to have our sewer to it. Then we're going to equal to, so we're going to give it the sum, because we need the sum of what we call our internet sales. So what we're going to do, we are going to have the sum already, and the next thing that we are going to have, we want to have the sales amount. So we have what we call our sales amount. Then we go to FAT internet sales. Let's go to the FAT internet sales. FAT internet sales. So this is the FAT reseller. This is the FAT internet sales. So we're looking for sales amount. So we have our sales amount. Then we close it. Then we click enter. So we have our total quantity. Oh no. I'm going to change the name. It's going to be total internet. So I'm going to remove this. So it is going to be total internet. So we have in our total internet sales. Right, so then I'm going to click enter. So we change the name. Then from there I can just pick another one from here, and that one is going to be what we call our total internet sales. We won't have what we call our previous year. Total internet sales previous year. So we're going to have the one we created is just this one is current year. So that is why we have CY. So we're going to have total sales, IS total internet sales. So we are having PY, and PY is what we call previous year. So we are having what we call PY, and it's going to be what equal to. So we are going to already, don't forget that we already have our total internet sales current year that we created. So we are going to use calculate. So we are going to use calculate. Do you got it? Calculate. The first thing is expression. Then the second thing is filter. What do we want to calculate? We want to calculate this total internet sales. So we want to calculate total internet sales current year. Then the next thing is look at it. This is a comma here. So we are going to put the comma. Then the next thing is asking for is the filter. What is the filter that we are going to do? We are going to do what we call same period last year. Same period last year is what we're going to. So we're going to say, so we want to filter same period last year. So this is the same period last year. So we have the same period and it's asking for the date. So which date are we going to use for the same period last year? So we're going to use our dim table. So let's look for dim table. And this is our dim date. So dim date. So let's go to the dim date. We have the customer, we have dim date. So if we can't find the dim date, then what we can just use is we can just use full date. Probably that will bring it up. So let's see. This is full date alternate key. So we have that already. So that is what we're actually going to use. And the next thing is we cover the top. So we don't have much to do. Again, we cover it 2 times because already we opened one here, then we opened one here. So this is the last one, then this is for this. So we have what we call our total internet sales previous year. So that's why we're using the same period last year. So we want to see exactly what we get last year. So we are clicking enter. Then the next thing that we are going to create, already we've done for the not everything for the internet sales. Then we want to go to the what we call reseller. So we are going to create reseller current year and reseller previous year as well. So we create a numeric, and we are going to have what we call total sales RX, which is reseller. Then we're going to have what we call SY current year. So it's going to give us the sum. So we are going to have what we call the sum, and which sum of what we are going to have? We are going to have the sum of sales amount exactly for the fat reseller. So we have sales amount, and let's go to the fat reseller. This is the fat reseller. So we bring it down. This is the fat internet sales. This is team sales. So we look for the fat reseller. This is the fat reseller. Then we look for the sales amount. So this is the sales amount. Then we click this. Then we cover the top. Then we click enter. So already we have our total sales reseller. Then we have the current year. So the next thing we are going to have, we create another layer. Then we want to have previous year, like what we did for the internet sales. So that is what we actually want to do. So the next thing is, let's wait, then we do calculate again. Then we are going to have our total. Sales. And the total sales that we are talking about, remember we are talking about our reseller, which is going to be our RS. RS, we're going to have PY, which is previous year, and it's going to give us equal to. So we're going to use calculate as before. Remember that in the first one we use calculate. So we are going to calculate total. Calculate. So we have our calculate. So we are using our total reseller. This is our total reseller current year. So we have our total reseller current year, comma. Then what is the filter? This is the expression that we want. Then what is the filter? Then we want to filter what we need is same period last year as well. So we have same period last year. And in that same period last year, remember, also what we want is full dates. So we have full internet date. So we're using the date alternate key. So we closed it up. Then we click enter. So that is what we are having. Okay, yeah, that is okay. Then the next thing we are going to create what we call our total. We're going to create our total cells. So we have our total cells. We have our total cells. And our total cells is going to give us the addition of current year of internet and reseller sales. So we are going to have our total internet sales current year. Then we are going to add it to what we call our internet sales, our reseller sales current year. So we are going to have our total sales, which is going to be reseller current year. So we have our internet sales current year plus reseller current year. That is our total sales. So we click enter. So we still have so many to create. So we are going to be taking them one after the other. So another one that we are going to create is we are going to create total sales previous year. Total sales previous year. Remember, we have not just a total sales, total internet sales. So that is what we have. Total internet sales previous year, total internet sales current year. So we want to have our total sales previous year. So we are going to have our numerator. Then we are going to have our total sales previous year. So it's going to give us calculate. So we are going to calculate. The expression is going to give us our total sales. So we are having just our total sales here. That is the expression that we are going to use. Then don't forget that we are using same period last year. So we put comma here, same period last year. So you can just move this a bit closer. Same period last year. Then we are using full date alternate key. So we're using full date alternate key. So we come out 2 times. Then we click enter. So whenever you are creating a mail, always read what is bringing out. From there, you know exactly what you have to put. Then already we created about 5, 6, 7, if I'm not mistaken, like 6. Then so the next thing we are going to create our total quantity internet sales. Total quantity internet sales. So we have our, let's make it another mail. So we are going to have total quantity IS, which is internet sales. So it's going to give us equal to, then in this case we are going to have what we call the sum. Remember, all those ones we are using also the sum for the sales, but this time around what we actually want to do is quantity. So we are going to also use the sum for other quantity. So we are going to use our sum as well. Then we are going to have our other quantity. So let's go to other quantity. You can see our internet sales, other quantity, internet sales, other quantity. So that is what we have by what we call total quantity internet sales. So we click enter. Then the next thing is we are going to create total quantity also, and it's going to be for the reseller as well. So we can just create a numerator here, and we're going to make it a total quantity. So it's going to give us total quantity, then it's going to be RS reseller, so it's going to be the sum Then we are going to have our order quantity here. Then order quantity dim reseller is going to be this is the internet sales, reseller sales, order quantity. So you can see fat reseller, order quantity. So we are going to click on this fat reseller order quantity. So we have this, then we click enter. Then the next one we are going to have, remember I told you we have a lot of measure to create. So already we have total POI, we have total quantity, we have total arrow quantity, total sales. Then we're going to have what we call total costs. We're going to have our total cost IS. So let's go to that, and we're going to have a numerator, total cost IS. So let's wait for it to open. Total cost. We're having our internet source. So it's going to also, we are using the same formula, so it's going to give us the sum as well. So we are having the sum of our total product standard cost. So that is what we are going to use. So we have the sum of sales amount, production standard cost. So we are going to have production. Let's see production standard cost for it to be more the product. This is the product. So seeing this now, we have to move this out a bit. Let's expand this and for to say product standard cost. Production. We are using fat internet sales, don't forget fat internet sales. So we are having our total product cost. Let me see, is it total product cost, standard cost, sum of internet sales, product standard cost. So we have total product cost, we have product standard cost. So we are using this product standard cost. So we are having our product standard cost that is going to give us our total cost internet sales. So we have this. Then we're going to do the same thing for reseller. You can see we are having the internet sales here. We are having let me see, we are having reseller sales and the internet sales. So this is where we are creating our measure from, internet sales and reseller sales. So we come back here again. Then we are going to have what we call our total cost. And it's going to be for ROS. So we're having our total cost, and we're having ROS reseller. So it's going to be equal to. Then we're going to have the sum, and the sum of what we're going to have standard. Let me see. Standard, it should be products. Let me put it. Products as the way we used it before. Then we go to our reseller. Fat internet sales, fat reseller, product standard cost. So we have our product standard cost. Then we closed as well. Then the next thing is we click enter. Then we're going to have our total cost, like the way we have our total sales. So we're going to have a numerator. Then we're going to have our total cost. Then we have this, which is going to give us our total cost. And our total cost, don't forget, is going to be the addition of internet and the addition of our reseller cost. So we're going to have is that we use the sum. We can decide to use the sum, or we just put it the total. We're having this as the total internet total cost internet sales. Then we are adding it to total cost. This is reseller, so that is going to be our total cost. Then we just click enter. So that is what we just have to do in that aspect. So if there's anything we are missing out that I didn't create in that aspect, we'll come back to it. Then we go back again. Then we have to create our margin. We have to create our margin. And how do we get this margin done? The first thing that we are going to create in our margin, don't forget that we are going to create our margin IS, then we are going to create our margin ROS, then we are going to create our gross profit, then we are going to get percentage of. We are almost done. So first of all, now let's create our margin internet sales. So we are having our margin. So we are having margin internet sales. So we have highest. So it's going to give us the margin is just a simple calculation that we just have to create. So we just have our total internet current year minus total cost internet sales. That is all. So we have our margin is going to give us the total sales, our total internet current year, our total internet current year. So let's go for it. Our total internet current year, our total internet current year. So what we're going to do with it, we're just going to minus it, minus our total cost, which is going to be this internet sales. So we have our total cost here, our total cost internet. So we have our total cost internet. So that is going to give us our margin IS. So we minus this total, which is the sales amount, internet sales current year minus total cost internet sales. So that's just the only thing that we are doing for our margin. Then we go to IS, then we do the same thing as well. So we go to ROS, and we're going to have the same formula for ROS. So we are going to have our margin ROS. So it's going to give us equal to, as I've said earlier, like what we did. So it is going to give us total reseller current year. So it's going to give us total reseller current year. So we'll look for the total reseller current year. This is the total reseller current year. Then we are going to minus it from total cost reseller. So we have our, let's look for our total cost reseller. Total cost reseller. This is the total cost. So we should be able to find our total cost reseller. So we have our total cost reseller. Then we click enter. So already we have our margin for both. Then we want to have our percentage. Or first of all, before that, we want to have our gross profit. Then we go to here. Then we are going to create another layer, and we are going to have what we call our gross profit. So we have our gross profit here. Our gross profit equal to, and just assume what our gross profit is going to be, just our total sales minus total cost. So that's just what we have, our total sales here minus our total costs minus total costs. So we have this as total sales minus total costs. So we have our gross profit. So we click entered. So the next 2 or 3 things that we have to create is we are going to create percentage of margin. Percentage of margin. So that is going to be for IS first of all. So we only have 3 to go, and we are done with the mail. So we have what we call percentage of margin IS. So percentage of margin, and we can just remove off and set it to be shorter. So percentage margin is, so we are going to have equal to, then for us to do the percentage of margin area, so we are going to divide. So what we are going to do, we are going to divide, and divide what? We are going to divide the margin is by the total is current year. So divide total, no, we divide margin. First of all, we are going to divide the margin. So we are dividing the margin is by what? We can just put here, comma here, since we're already using. So look at it, we have the numerator and then the denominator. Already I've put in the numerator, which is the margin, then you can see there's a comma here, then the denominator. Then the denominator is going to be what now? It's going to be our total internet sales current year. So that is going to be our total internet sales current year. So this is our total internet sales current year. So we have it, then we close it, and this is going to give us percentage, and we remember to put it in a percentage format. So that is good. Then let's leave it in 2, then probably later on we'll come back to change it. Then we are going to create margin also for, so we are going to have margin for ROS, so percentage of margin. So first of all, let me have percentage margin ROS, so it's going to give us like what we did for the highest. So we're going to have our margin ROS. So we're going to have, first of all, we're going to have divide. We're going to have our divide margin ROS, then by going to give us the total reseller, the total reseller current year, the total ROS current year. So let's look for the total ROS current year, the total ROS, this is total sales ROS current year. So we're having our total sales ROS current year. Then the next thing we just have to do, we close it, then we have it done there. Then the next thing that we are going to have, the last but not the least, because if there's anything more to create, I'll just come back to create it, is going to be our profit. So we are going to divide our gross profit by our total sales. So we have, so this one is going to be our percentage of gross profit. Percentage of gross profit, then the quote is going to give us, then what do we divide? Our gross profit. So we have our divide first of all, divide. So we are using divide, also you can do without divide. So we are using gross profit by what? By our total sales. So let's go to our total sales. So we have our gross profit, the percentage of gross profit, then we close. Let me remember to put percentage here, gross profit, and let me come back to ROS and put percentage as well. So we have this, and then the next thing we do is we pick up our menu, then we begin to have our menu 1 after the order. So we pick a card now, so we can just put this one off, and let's try to have our work save for the first time. Then please, if you find this video useful, if you find this video educating, please subscribe, please comment, please like the video, please also subscribe to this channel. This will help as many of us that we create something like this. It will encourage us to do more of this. So please, this is the only way you can encourage us, by subscribing, by liking our video, by making a comment there, and also by sharing as well, by also subscribing to this channel. Please, you can do so to encourage us. So we want to We are not using this column 1. That is the first thing we're going to do. So we are going to remove the column 1. So we delete from module. And let's see, I delete column 1. So make sure that it's putting that is column 1 that you are deleting. So we remove this. Then we are having our card. So we want to start with our KPIs. So we are having this here because we are going to have a very small one indeed. So we are going to have them here. First of all, let me put something around here. And the first thing I'm going to pick is I'm going to pick the total sales. So I'm having the total sales here. Oh, another thing is just have to go back to have a currency where I will be using to me I will be using this currency. I love using this currency a lot, so I'll be using this currency. So we are having this. Then the next thing we do, we go to format, this 3 dot here, then go to format. Then we are going to, first of all, we don't want this, so let's remove this. So we are going to put our label, ourselves, then we are going to have it as total sales. So we're going to have it as our total sales. And we are going to make it centered, and we are going to make the color white. So we're going to make it white, and let me increase the font to be 10, so that is good. Then we go to our color value, and we have it in black, but I don't know if having the black should be good as well. So let me see. Everybody can see it, so we can just have it like that. Let's just reduce it a bit to 25. Then we go to what we call our style and size, and I'm just going to put a shadow to it. So that is all that I have to do here. Then I'm having this here. Let me see if I can actually reduce it a bit. Yeah, this is good. I can still, if there's a way I can, no. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to use it in 3 other places. So in 3 other places, so I'm having the first one, I'm having the second one, then I'm having the third one. So I'm having it this way, I'm having it this way. This will be so close to insurance, so that wouldn't be a problem. So I'm having it here. So the next thing I'm going to have is total cost. So I'm going to remove this, then I'm going to look for the total cost. Then I'm going to put the total cost there, and I'm going to turn it to the same currency as well. So this is the total cost. Then I'm going to have the title as cost, not sales. So I'm going to have total cost. So that is done already. Then I'm going to have the third one, which is going to give me a gross profit. Then we remove this. Then we have our gross profit. So let's look for our gross profit. I'm having this gross profit here, and I'm also going back to make it this same currency that I've been using. So that is it. Then I'll change it to gross profit. So instead of total sales, we have our gross profit. So having the gross profit. Then the fourth one for this, I'm going to name it, which is percentage of gross profit. So I'm removing this, then I'm having the percentage of gross profits. That is good. Then I'm just going to name it percentage gross profits. So I'm having that, so that is done for that. So this is our first main. I can just call this main KPIs. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have another KPIs, but I'm going to name it internet sales. So we come down here, then I'm going to pick this, then I'm going to just reduce it, then I'm just going to have a call. I'm going to name it as internet sales. So that is what I'm just going to do. I'm going to make it centered. I'm going to turn the color to white. Okay, let me then come back here. Then that should be white already. So I'm going to just have this. If I can just reduce it a bit to 11. So that's good. So and I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this, then I'm going to make it a reseller. So I'm going to bring this out. What is actually happening? So bring it out. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to make it like this. I'm going to make this. And this is going to be somewhere as this as well. Then I'm going to reduce this. Then I'm going to change this to reseller. Let me just check if this is reseller sales, this is the internet sales. So we have it that way. Then I'm going to just copy this. I'm going to paste, then I'll bring it down. Then I'm going to have it here. And then I'm going to have our call total sales, internet sales. So this is the internet sales. So I'm going to have our call total internet sales. So go back again, then I'm going to change it to this. So let's wait. Let's see what will happen. Good. Then go to the total. So I'm going to just name it total internet sales current year. So I'm going to copy this as well. Then I'm going to paste it around somewhere here. Then I'm going to remove this. Then I'm going to have it as total cost internet sales. So I'm going to have total costs internet sales. So and I'm going to make it this, and this is going to give me total cost. It's going to give me total cost internet sales. So that is that about that. Then I'm going to copy this. Then I'm going to paste it down here. Then I'm going to remove this. Then I'm going to have what we call margin IS, which is the margin IS. So we have our margin IS, then I'm going to turn it to what we have here. So that's going to be our margin IS, which is our margin internet sales. So we have our margin internet sales. Oh my. So I'm going to move it again to our margin IS. So then I'm going to copy this. Then I'm going to paste it here. Then I'm going to have what we call remove from it. Then I'm going to have percentage of margin IS. So we're going to have percentage of margin. So we'll just put percentage here. Then we'll just have percentage here. So we're done with that with the internet sales. So because this will help us to see as the internet sales. So the next thing is we are going to do the same thing here. So I think I have to move this up a bit. So this have to be up a bit. And then I'm going to copy from here. I'm going to copy from here. I'm going to paste. Then I'm going to bring it down here. I've now decided to use what we call, let me try to see, because this will take a lot of space, but this will be nice. So let me just remove this and let me remove this. And let me turn this on to multi-road card. So let's use multi-road card here. So we are going to have here, because of the space, I'm also going to turn this on to multi-road card as well. So we have this, and I'm going to have what we call the total reseller. Let's pick it one after the other. RS total, RS total reseller current here. We have it. Total reseller current here. So I have to go back. I have to make it. Let me see which currency am I having. Is it the right one? Yeah. This is the total reseller. Then the next thing we're going to have with it is we're going to have total cost RS. So we'll go to our total cost RS. So this is total cost RS. So we have it. Then we'll go back also. And we are going to change it to this recently used. Then there's some things I just have to do here because this will not give me in million, so I just have to make sure I change it to, let me change it to 0 because it should be 2. Let me see, I want to change it to 0. So also I'm going to change this one back to 0 as well. So we have this out. Then the next thing is we're just going to have our margin. Our margin ROS, and this is going to be our margin ROS, then our percentage of margin ROS. So we go to our margin ROS, then we're going to change it to this currently used. Then we don't want it as auto, so we want it as 0, so we have it here. So exactly this is what I want to use. So I can just make this down a bit, so not need of making it down a bit. You can just have it here, which I'm going to turn this to as well. Then we go to card. We want to remove this. Then we just close this accent. Our colored value, label, and let's go to our colored label. This our colored label, so we are going to make it a good white. And yeah, I think we can just make it 10 like every other ones. So then we go to our value, and we are going to make it more darker. So let me see if we can use more darker something, so that is actually good. Then we're going to, let me see if using circle board will be 2. Let me see. And 10, and let's take it back to. So this is actually good. So we have this as, you can see this is our margin, this is our percentage of marginal rate, this is our total cost. Right? So that is actually what we want to do. So I'm going to copy this. No, before copying it, let me go back to, and I'm going to just make it a shadow. So this is good for what we want to achieve. Then I'll just bring this down here. Oh, I want to copy this. So copy and paste. So I'm going to have one down. So this is going to go for the reseller. Then we come back here. Then I'm going to remove everything, including this. Then I'm going to be having this one after the other. So remove this, I don't actually need it. So I'm going to be having my total current. This is the total IS current here. So we have it. This. So let me click on this. Total internet sales. Yes, we have it. Then we go back to our total cost. Let's go to our total cost. We have this. So the next thing we're going to pick is our margin. So we pick our margin, internet sales. Good. Then we're going to have our percent of margin, internet sales, percent of margin, internet sales. So good. So we can just come down here, remove this, come down here, remove this, come down here as well, remove this, come down here, remove this. Then we have this closer here, so that is actually good. So you can see we have a better one with a good shape. Now, the next thing we are going to have is, I think we have this here. So we are going to have our sales by country. So let's pick our chart here, and we're going to have our sales by country. So we have, let's go to our country. Where can we find that our country? Remember, we have a lot of table. So out of that table, go to dim geography. So, or better still, we can just come here and have our country here. So we have our country. So you can have country region, you have country Spanish, English country name. So we are going to click on this. Then we are going to remove this. Then we'll go to our total sales. Then we are going to have what we call here. So this is good. Yeah. Let me see if we can have 2 of these actually here, but notwithstanding. So let me just put this here first. And let me just make it this way. Then we go to, first of all, let me put it as shadow, and let me go back to title. So we're going to have sales by country, not English country, so just sales by country, because we can see Germany, we can see other ones, so sales by country. So we have our sales by country. So we have our sales by country. Why am I having their caps on? Sorry for that. So we have our sales by country. So we have our sales by country. Then I'm going to center it. Then I'm going to make it white. Then we go down to grid. I don't actually need the grid, so let me remove the grid first before I forgot that. Horizontal. I remove this grid. The y-axis, I don't need a value for the y-axis. And for the x-axis, let me just turn this to white. Good. This is United Kingdom. Let me see. This is United Kingdom. So this is actually good here. United States, United Kingdom. Then the last not but the least on here, we just go to our data label. Then we'll put our data label. Then from the data label, we go to where we can look for a value. Then we are going to turn the color of the value to white so that everybody can see this. So you can see this is what we actually have with each country. So we can place this here. Then we're going to have another one, sales by category. So I can just move this a bit closer here. Then I'm going to copy this, I'm going to paste. So I'm going to copy, then I'm going to paste. Let me see if I can just manage this here. I should be able to manage it by moving this somewhere around here, by having this closer here, and I'm going to also move this. This will be a bit closer to this place, and I'm going to move this gentleman closer here as well. Then I'm going to turn this to this. Oh no, remove. So I'm going to turn this to this. So then what I'm going to have there is I'm going to have category, sales by category. Then which of the category we're having, then we go to our dim product. In our dim product, that is where we can see the category that we are going to use. Then we are going to use what we call the English product category. So we can just come down here and let's just make, okay, we can just go to our dim products. So let's go to product category. So we have our product category here. Then don't forget, we're going to remove this. We'll close this. Then we'll go to our product category. Then we are going to have this. Then we are going to check it on. Exactly. It fit perfectly well. So sales by category. So we're having total sales. But for me, I would always like to use what we call sales by category. So sales by category. Sales by category. If you use total sales, I'm not saying it's wrong. So just for me, so I'm using sales by category. Then here I'm going to remove what we call total sales. I'm just going to make it sales by country. So we have that already done. Then we are going to save this work. Then we are going to have what we call our gross profit by year. Oh, that would be nice. Our gross profit by year. So we go to our gross profit, then by year. So we go to our dim dates. So that is where we are going to have our gross profit by year, and we are going to have our dim dates. So we are going to have full date alternative K. Then from there we are going to have what we call our dates. So gross profit per year. So we pick this, then we copy, then we paste, then we just bring it closer here, and we looked at it somehow, and we don't want it to be too big and don't want it to be too small. So we're still going to move all this down a bit. So we're going to have this, and we're going to have our gross profit per year. So we'll remove, then we'll put our gross profits. Then let's go to our dim dates. So we'll remove. Then we go to dim dates. Let's look for our dates. Our date, this is dim dates. Then look for alternative curl. We have in our dim dates, then we have full alternate Q, full alternate Q, yeah. Then we're going to have our year. So we have this 2012, 2014. Let me see. 2013 is somehow want to miss. Because so we have to move this closer here, then we have to move this closer here, so that we can just give this a little space. So that is good. You can see we are having 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That is actually good. So gross profit per year. Am I having different something? I think no. So gross profit per year. I have to check something out there. Mail, gross profit, total sales minus total cost. This is gross profit per year. What can it be? Yeah, gross profit per year is total sales minus total cost. Total sales minus total cost. So that is actually good. So we come back here. Then we are going to have what we call gross profit. Gross profit per year. Gross profit per year. So already we have a good one here. You can see what we are having. 2013, 12, 10. So we're having something smaller. Then we are going to have our total sales per year. Total sales, and then we are going to have what we call our profits as well. So I can easily copy this and then paste. I can easily move it a bit down here. Then the next thing I'm going to check, what should we have there? Then we are going to have in our measure, we are going to have profits. So let's remove sales. So we are going to have our gross profit. Then we are going to have our total sales and the total sales per year. Total sales and total sales per year. So I'm going to remove the gross profit. So I'm going to have our total sales and total sales previous year. Total sales and total sales previous year. And total sales previous year. I'm going to change this chart to this. So never mind. Then the next thing we are going to do, I should have used this. So let me just copy this. This will be the perfect one to use. So let me copy this and let me paste. And let me remove this. So this will not solve our problem. So we have this here. So I'm just going to put this here. Then I'm going to remove gross profits. I'm still coming back to it. Total sales by year. So you see what we have. Then we bring our gross profits and we bring it to. How are we going to put our gross profits? We are going to put our gross profit in our line axis. So where's our line axis? Where's our line axis? I think we are using this. So now we're going to have our gross profits in our line axis. So we have this. So that is what we are going to have. Then from here, I'm going to the data label. First of all, let me go to the data label and switch it off. So that is exactly what we want to achieve. So we already have that. Then we have it. This is our gross profit. You can see. And this is our total sales. This is our total sales previous year. Our total sales previous year, I have to change it to, because our total sales previous year, let me turn it to this. So that when you hover it, you see very well. So we wait, let's see, it's still loading, I think. So our total sales is 33 and our sales current year, which is 52. So we go to legend and the title of the legend, I don't want the title, so let me remove it. Then for the text of the legend, so let me go to the text and let me turn it to white for us to see clearly. So we have total sales profit here. Then so I'm going to have the title back, and the title is going to give me gross profit by year. No. So the title is going to give us total. Already we have our call. We are going to have sales current year, then sales previous year. I think I have PY previous year. Then by what? By year. So already, so we have that done. Now we can save. To have our table here. Yeah. Please, if you find this video useful, please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. This will actually encourages us to do more of this. Please subscribe, please like the video, and please as well comment. So we are going to have our table. Then the first thing is we are going to have our English speaking country. So let's go to our team geography. So let's go cover this. Let's cover this as well. And let's go to team geography. And let's go to our English products category. First of all, let me see what is actually happening there, so that I will not pick the wrong thing. So we have so many tables, but in our team employee, we have employee country, which is team geography. So let's go to team geography, and we have our English region. So we'll go to team geography. This is the products. So let's go to product category, geography. Then geography we have our English. So we pick this. That is the first thing we're going to pick. That is actually good. Then we go to our total sales. Then we go to total sales current, which is this. Then we go to total sales ROS. Total sales ROS. So where's the total sales ROS? This is quantity, so this is total sales ROS. Then we have total cost. We go to total cost. Then the next thing is we go to total cost IS. Let's go to the total cost IS. Then followed by total cost ROS. So we go to total cost ROS. Then followed by gross margin. So we go to our gross margin. So we have total cost RS. Then we are going to have gross profit. So let's go to where we have our gross profit. We have gross profit. Then we have margin IS. Then we are also going to have the margin ROS. Then we are going to have percentage profits. Then we are going to have percentage IS. Then we are going to have percentage RS. So this is what we have in our table. So I'm going to expand it. Then the first thing I'm going to do in this aspect, first of all, let me go to format. I'm going to format it, and then format. Then I'm first of all going to put a shadow. So this should be up, and so I'm going to draw it a bit here. So if I can also reduce it a bit. Then the next thing I'm going to do is in this table, I'm going to format as much as I could. There's no background already, so let me go to property. Let me see if there's anything I can. Then text data format, header home. So we'll come back to this. So let's go to the visual aspect. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to open the grid. We're going to use the grid, so let me leave it that way. The title is okay. It says split column, cell element, one after the other. We have to be taking it. Column header. So the column header. Let me turn it to white. At the black. Let me turn the column headers to white. So we have it as white. That is no problem. Then the next thing we are going to do, I will move down the total. I'm going to turn the total to white as well. I'm going to turn it to white. Let me have it as white. So that's actually good. And then specific column. Then we go to specific column. We can leave down like that. Then we go to cell elements. Let me see what we can actually adjust in cell elements. URL, spark line, accessibility. We are going to format so many things away from here. And then I'll go back to the background is off. So style, size and position, nothing to there. style sheet. We'll come down here, grid. We can, let me see horizontal, and then pull it back, so that will be good. Vertically no, border, subcolor, value. So we come down here. So we are going to turn everything to the same background. So that is what I want us to do. So we'll come down here. We are going to have our text color. We are going to have our background color. Our text color is white. Our background color, let me try to have something like this. That's for the total. That's for the text. For the total. And then for the total already we have the background color to be that. So we have our values label, then we have our background. Let me have this as well. So we're going to be taking them one after the other. So we go back to our values. This is our value background color, so we're going to have this. Then we go back to alternate background. We're still going to have this as well. Then we're going to have our text color to be white. Then alternative text to be white as well. So we have one line here that is black. Then what we are actually going to do, let's go back to the grid. Our grid line, let me see the grid. The grid. We just have to search for the grid and we have to remove some grid. So let me remove this. Then we have one grid line. I think that should be border. Let me see if I can make it something like this. Let me see what open. So that is actually good. What next should we remove from here? We're having our total cost. We're having original name. Let me expand this to the side a bit. I don't know why this have to move down. Total cost RS. Let me go to the total cost RS. And let me see what we're having. We're having a 0. Then why is it coming down here? Notwithstanding. So we can just move this a bit. Move this as well a bit. So we are going to rearrange this. So for us to, we're going to cover this up. So we have this. If I should move this down here, no. So we just have to reduce this a bit. And we have it here. So we have this here. And we are having this should be somewhere here as well. Not bigger than this, so it's going to be the same. And this should be like this. So this should be up, and this should be up as well. Now, if we should move this down here and we should expand this and move this down here, and we should expand this as well. So we're having this, so we can just remove this here. So we're almost done with every of our analysis. Then the last but not the least that we have is how we are going to put our, let me use this word flag, and I'm going to put this somewhere here. Then let me come down to how we have this done. Then this is our English country, then geography. So we go to then geography, then we have our English country region name. So we have this. So I'm going to move this up a bit. Then I'm going to move this a bit. I'm going to have this here. I think I'll press 1. So everything is perfectly back on. Then for this, we can just move it a bit here. Then we go to format. Then from the format, I don't need a title. So I'm not going to turn the label to white. So that's all that I have to do here. Then I'm going to my size and border. Let me just give it a shadow. So, and I have it done. Then the last but not the least that we are going to have is just 2 things. We are going to have our year footer, and let me come down to the slicer. I'm going to have the slicer here. Then I'm going to have my team date. Let me go to my team date, the calendar here. Let me go to the calendar here. And let me see what will happen. Then we'll go to the settings. And I'm going to make it a drop down list. Let me make it a drop down. Then you can see 2005, 10, 11, 2005, blank, no data, 6, no data, 7, no data, 8, no data, 9, no data, 10, no data, 11, no data, 12, no data. We started having data from 2000, and because we have our year from 2010 to, so let me see, 10, what we have in 10, so we have 10. So we have 11, 12, 13, 14. So what we will do is we go to filter here. Then we have our calendar. Then we come down here. We have our basic filtering. Then we are going to just pick from 2010. 11, because we have from 10 to 14, 12, 13, 14. Then that's all. Then we'll come down here again. So we'll close this. Add filter here, so we don't have to. Let me see. So then we'll close this. Then we'll close this. Come back here. Then we go to format. Then we could just put a shadow. Then put value. And let me put it somewhere not too dark, not too white, so that we can see. And let me have this here. So we can just have that like that. So do this. Then we have our title. That is all. Then we can just move this here. Then we'll move this here as well. Then we have our title. And then that's all. We're done. So please, if you find this video useful, if you find this video interesting, Please subscribe to this channel, please like, please comment. So we have in our region, sales report, regional sales reports. That's okay. Or regional sales analysis. So having our regional sales analysis, so that is what we have to do. We make it centered, we bring down to white. Now we can just increase it to 12. We can remove them and probably to 14. And we go to size equal shadow. Then we're done. So we save our work. Then we close this. We close this. We close this. Then we can just try our filter and let's see what we have on our slicer. United States. You can see sales by country, United States system. Every other ones we are not showing until you hover it. You see? So then let's go to United Kingdom. It will give you for the United Kingdom alone. Then every other ones will not show. You see? So we have our total sales, 7 consistent approximately. Then we have total cost, cost profit, gross profit. Then we have profit, gross profit. Then we have every information, total internet sales current year, total cost, internet sales, margin, internet sales. You can see. So these are what we are having. So you can see. So we can just compare our current year with our previous year. So we don't have a previous year. We can also include what we call a previous year. So that is all. And we have come to the end of this tutorial. Once again, please, if you find this video interesting, if you find this video useful, please subscribe, please comment, please like, please share. Please subscribe so that the channel will grow, so that it will encourage us to do more of this. Before I call it a day, I'm going to change this one to white because we left it in black. And nobody ever told me that we left it in black. So I come here and I'm going to make it white. And after that we close it back. Then we save our work. Then we call it a day for today. I was thinking about something before we go. Can we just do that? And let me try to do that. Let me try to have this here, have this here, have this here. And let me try to format them. And let me try to color value. Let me go to, and let me have it as this. Oh, not really good. Let me have it as this. Oh, perfectly done. Then we have this. Then we can just save our work. Then we can now call it a day. Thank you for this wonderful tutorial and for taking this wonderful ride with me. So look forward to another tutorial from me, and my name remains Peter Analytics. Please subscribe to this channel, please like our videos, please comment, please share, please click the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Once again, thank you.